So I just want to take a minute or two to talk about having, literally the real media, the physical media of films and books, and how undervalued it is right now. So right now you can pick up DVDs and books for an astonishingly low price, mostly because people don't value them at all. It's an undervalued resource, as everybody gets Netflix and streaming services, or they watch stuff online. They're getting rid of their DVDs, the physical media, by the ton, to the point where Goodwill and charity shops and secondhand stores are getting rid of them for literally like 10p a DVD and 20p for a book, because people literally don't want the physical media for some bizarre minimalist reason. And if anything happens to the point where they can't afford the streaming services, which as they get fewer will get more expensive, or there's some problem with them, or some of them go out of business, you're looking at a time where people are literally going to go out and start buying Blu-rays and stuff like that. So it is worth thinking about. I mean, I've put together over the last couple of months a pretty good library, just picking up loads and loads of 10p DVDs, as you can see on the screen here. This is just me piling up the stuff that I got in the last couple of months. And I've been making sure that I only bought films that either I'd watched before or that I knew were good. There's very few bad movies in there. It's quite easy to do with movies. You can look it up on IMDb. You can have already watched it. You might notice I've got a couple of doubles there. I've just put in 2 copies of The Matrix in the same stack, but that's not a problem. It's a great DVD, and they had different extras on anyway, so I didn't mind buying 2 on different days because they were 10p each. 10 pence is like about 8 cents or 15 cents Australian. And some of these are the 2 disc editions, like the Hunger Games one and the Lord of the Rings one, and things like the Aliens special edition and stuff like that. These are all things worth having on DVD. And although they've got different price tags on them, these are all picked up in one charity shop, where they just had stacks and stacks and stacks of DVDs. So yeah, it's worth thinking about. This is an entire DVD library of good movies that I got for less than £10. That's like a McDonald's meal, or 2 pints, or 3 coffees. Those are things you can do without, and make for yourself way better. That's the 2 disc special edition holographic cover of Mockingjay. Obviously, your taste in movies might differ, but I've pretty much watched all these movies, and I will watch them again. How can you not like Sin City? Sin City 2's in there as well. The 300, multi-million-dollar movies, and they're now being sold off for like 10p, and box sets as well if you want to buy entire seasons. People can't bear having a shelf in their house taken up with DVDs. So this is like 100 DVDs I'm piling up here. That's the box set of Buffy. The new Batman movies. I mean, I don't know how much longer they're going to keep releasing stuff on DVD. Maybe that will stop. But even if it does, you could just spend like a couple of dollars a month and build a really good library of films. And it's a little bit, these days, it's a little bit like putting a vinyl record on the turntable, putting a DVD on, physically putting in the media. You're saying to yourself, I'm going to sit down and watch this. And now here's like 15 of the books that I bought. You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, great self-help book. Roman historical novels, science fiction novels, historical textbooks. I do like Jeffrey Deaver. Warhammer 40k books, all kinds of stuff. And this everything that's taken up the entire view screen here, that cost me a total of 15 quid. So 2 McDonald's movies, 5 coffees, or 3 beers. Make a choice. I'd definitely rather have like a little library of books and a big library of movies for me to watch. And it got me back into reading. And the books were like 5 for £1. It's like 30 cents each. It's ridiculous. Anyway, thanks for watching. Do take care. Give it a thought.